Welcome to my very non-aesthetic ADHD Catholic kitchen cooking. And today I'm going to make a very long-time favorite in my family. Very simple, very easy. We're just going to do some S&B curry. And our protein, instead of meat, is going to be eggs. And you can use whatever vegetables you like. I'm just going basic, what my family likes, which is celery, carrots, and onion. You can add whatever you like, frozen vegetables, potatoes, sweet potatoes, or you could just do meat if you only want protein in it. But I definitely recommend putting some onion in at least, because this was very good. First things first, we're going to start with our rice. Get that going. Next, we're going to use our electric skillet. We're going to make our eggs. Just going to crack these eggs. Make sure I cracked every single one of them. And we're going to just whisk those up really good so they're nice and fluffy. I like this flat whisk. I've had it for a while. We're going to add, I use sesame oil to cook these. I just like the flavor. And I'm just going to kind of stir it so that all the runny parts spread evenly, and then I'm going to put the lid on so that it can kind of seam the eggs and it gives them a really nice fluffy texture. I'm going to go ahead and chop up my carrots. I'm just doing a nice rough chop. Where it's wider, I cut them a little thinner, and where they're more narrow, I kind of cut them just a little bit more thick. Chop up the onions whichever way you like. The longer you cook them, the more they'll dissolve. The carrots is what takes the longest to cook. I'm gonna chop up the celery. I had some kind of old bendy celery, but it still tastes good, I promise. And like I said before, you can throw in like a bag of frozen vegetables. Just put whatever you like. We just like the traditional carrot, celery, onion. My eggs are done, so I'm just gonna go through, kind of chop them into squares, do like a little grid, and the bottom's just gonna be nice and just like a nice crispy brown. I'm gonna get those out and set those off to the side. And because I don't want to have to do a whole lot of dishes, I'm just going to use everything in the same skillet. It's very easy. So far, just the rice cooker, electric skillet, a little bit of olive oil. Actually, it's an olive oil blend. Some more sesame oil. And then we're going to go ahead and saute those vegetables. Alright, they've been cooking for a little while. The onions are a little translucent. I'm just adding some garlic powder and some black pepper. I'm going to stir those up a little bit. Now you gotta go by the package instructions, because I like to let them saute a bit. And then the package instructions for the curry, you're going to add whatever water you need, and then you're going to let your vegetables cook for at least 15 minutes in the water. That way they'll get all nice and softened. This is a little hack that I like to do to make sure that the curry dissolves really well. I just kind of chop it up like into slices, and then I turn it and then slice it the other way, so it's just like small little grid. And I find that this makes sure that you get no clumps of the curry. It just helps them dissolve a lot better. If you just throw in the whole like blocks, it's a little bit harder for it to mix in. Now I'm just testing my carrots to make sure that they are soft. And I'm going to go ahead and add in my chopped in little bits of curry. It really is like an extra step, but it's worth it. Now that my curry is all dissolved and thickened, I'm just going to add back in the eggs. I'm going to go ahead and unplug my skillet because I don't want the eggs to overcook. And we're just going to mix the curry through. I'm going to serve up a plate for my husband. Because like I said, this is one of our favorite long-time meals. Back when we lived in Hawaii, like on payday, it was kind of our little treat to go to the curry place in Kailua and go to Blockbuster, so to get movies and have a curry night. And this S&B curry is the closest thing to it. It really is tasty. It's just one of those comfort foods. The flavor is great. You can get S&B curry at Walmart. I like to go to Food Max. You can get like a different variety, little spicier ones. But it's really just such a simple and easy, delicious family favorite meal. I hope you give it a try.